Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Joshua Hawley, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, chapter number 2, entitled Divinity and Divine Service. This Srimad Bhagavatam, with translations and purports by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Starting from text number 19. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devyam Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udibhayad Nastaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistaki Srimvatam Swakata Krishna Punyashavana Kirtanaha Hridyanta Stovya Bhadrani Vidunoti Suritsatam. Text number 19. Tada rajas tamo bhava kamaluba dayas chaye cheta eteir anavidam stitam sattve prasidati. Tada rajas tamo bhava kamaluba dayas chaye cheta eteir anavidam stitam sattve prasidati. Tadarajas-tamo bhava kamalobadayas chaye cheta etir anhavidam stitam sattve prasidati. Tada, at that time, rajaha, in the mode of passion, tamaha, the mode of ignorance, bhavaha, the situation, kama, lust and desire, loba, hankering, hadayaha, others, cha, and ye, whatever they are, chetaha, the mind, etahai, by these, anavidam, without being affected, stitam, being fixed, sattve, in the mode of goodness, prasidati, thus becomes fully satisfied. Translation. As soon as irrevocable loving service is established in the heart, the effects of nature's modes of passion and ignorance, such as lust and desire, hankering, disappear from the heart. Then the devotee is established in goodness, and he becomes completely happy. Purport. A living being in his normal constitutional position is fully satisfied in spiritual bliss. This state of existence is called Brahmabhuta, or Atmananda, or the state of self-satisfaction. This self-satisfaction is not like the satisfaction of the inactive fool. The inactive fool is in the state of foolish ignorance, whereas the self-satisfied Atmanandi is transcendental to the material state of existence. This stage of perfection is attained as soon as one is fixed in irrevocable devotional service. Devotional service is not inactivity, but the unalloyed activity of the soul. The soul's activity becomes adulterated in contact with matter, and as such, the diseased activities are expressed in the form of lust, desire, hankering, inactivity, foolishness, and sleep. The effect of devotional service becomes manifest by complete elimination of these effects of passion and ignorance. The devotee is fixed at once in the mode of goodness, and he makes further progress to rise to the position of Vasudeva, or the state of unmixed sattva, or Shuddha sattva. Only in the Shuddha sattva state can one always see Krishna eye to eye by dint of pure affection of the Lord, for the Lord. A devotee is always in the mode of unalloyed goodness, therefore he harms no one. But the non-devotee, however educated he may be, is always harmful. A devotee is neither foolish nor passionate. The harmful, foolish, and passionate cannot be devotees of the Lord. However, they may advertise themselves as devotees by outward dress. A devotee is always qualified with all the good qualities of God. Quantitatively, such qualifications may be different, but qualitatively, both the Lord and his devotee are one and the same. Text number 20. Evam prasana manaso bhagavad bhakti jogataha bhagavad tattva vijnanam tasangasya jayate. Evam prasana manaso bhagavad bhakti jogataha bhagavad tattva vijnanam tasangasya jayate. Evam prasana manaso bhagavad bhakti jogataha bhagavad tattva vijnanam mukta sangasya jayate. Evam, thus prasana, enlivened, manasaha, of the mind, bhagavad bhakti, the devotional service of the Lord, jogataha, of by contact of bhagavat, regarding the personality of Godhead, tattva, knowledge, vijnanam, scientific, Muktaha, liberation. Sangasya, of the association. Jayate, becomes effective. Translation. Thus established in the mode of unalloyed goodness, the man whose mind has been enlivened by contact with devotional service to the Lord gains positive scientific knowledge of the personality of Godhead in a stage of liberation from all material association. Purport. In the Bhagavad Gita 7.3, it is said that out of many thousands of ordinary men, one fortunate man endeavors for perfection in life. Mostly men are conducted by the modes of passion and ignorance, and thus they are engaged always in lust, desire, hankerings, ignorance, and sleep. Out of many such man-like animals, there's actually a man who knows the responsibility of human life, and thus tries to make life perfect by following the prescribed duties. And out of many thousands of such persons who have thus attained success in human life, one may know scientifically about the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna. In the same Bhagavad Gita, it is also said that scientific knowledge of Sri Krishna is understood only by the process of devotional service, bhakti yoga. The very same thing is confirmed in the above words. No ordinary man, or even one who has attained success in human life, can know scientifically or perfectly the personality of Godhead. Perfection of human life is attained when one can understand that he is not the product of Perfection of human life is attained when one can understand that he is not the product of matter, but is in fact spirit. And as soon as one understands that he has nothing to do with matter, he at once ceases his material hankerings and becomes enlivened as a spiritual being. This attainment of success is possible when one is above the modes of passion and ignorance, or in other words, when one is actually a Brahman by qualification. A Brahman is a symbol of Sattvagun, or the mode of goodness, and others who are not in the mode of goodness are either Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras, or less than the Shudras. The Brahminical stage is the highest stage of human life because of its good qualities. So one cannot be a devotee unless one at least qualifies as a Brahman. The devotee is already a Brahman by action, but that is not the end of it. As referred to above, such a Brahman has to become a Vaishnav in fact, to be actually in the transcendental stage. A pure Vaishnav is a liberated soul and is transcendental even to the position of a Brahman. In the material stage, even a Brahman is also a conditioned soul, because although in the Brahminical stage the conception of Brahman or transcendence is realized, scientific knowledge of the Supreme Lord is lacking. One has to surpass the Brahminical stage and reach the Vasudeva stage to understand the personality of Godhead Krishna. The science of the personality of Godhead is the subject matter for study by the postgraduate students in the spiritual line. Foolish men, or men with a poor fund of knowledge, do not understand the Supreme Lord, and they interpret Krishna according to their respective whims. The fact is, however, that one can understand the science of the personality of Godhead. One cannot understand the science of the personality of Godhead unless one is freed from the contamination of the material modes, even up to the stage of a Brahman. When a qualified Brahmin factually becomes a Vaishnav in the enlivened state of liberation, he can know what is actually the personality of Godhead. Canto Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Thank you very much.